with the pranayama, had your conversation, do you feel more inclined to address the messenger as you from the heart?
Yes.
Of course.
It's not philosophy. It's a physical actuality. What happens with your heart, and the reason the heart is so important, is that when your heart goes against, and what's the word again, Patricia? Thank you. Your heart will have a pulse, yes? You are experiencing it, correct? After going through that meditation, and after going through that asana with the pranayama, your heart has a little bit of a pep in its step. And your blood is more oxygenated, and your blood is more hydrated. And so when the heart runs into the opposition of the cell walls, because that's what the heart runs into, the heart pumps blood, and the cell walls hold the blood, correct? So when the heart runs into the opposition of the cell walls, the heart doesn't go, oh, 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 and and then its attitude is, I work and I work and I work and I am just so exhausted, the idiot sleeps, and I'm still pumping while the idiot's sleeping, it's like, when do I get a break? When do I get a break, right? And if that question is ever answered, it's called a heart attack. The heart took a break and they called it an attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, energy flows where your attention goes, and even if it's not a conscious attention, but it's the attention of your hydration, it's the attention of your oxygenation. So all of us, and it's the attention that you have and you're aware of your breathing, your diaphragm, you're aware of your pulse. Now all of a sudden there's a part of your human awareness that is actually involved in your human existence. And that's a rarity. Yogi Bhajan said, most people's body is just a truck that carries around a brain. And the truck goes here and the brain thinks. And the truck goes here and the brain thinks. And the truck goes here and the brain thinks. And then there's a few feelings that go along with the thoughts just so that it has some kind of a thing that you can communicate. Because then it goes over here and it tells a bunch of people about what it felt and what it thought. But the actual function of the whole vessel is being ignored. And so what you did in this period of time of about 30 minutes, because you did 11 minutes of the diaphragm, then you did 3 minutes on the diaphragm and the pulse, and then you did another 3 minutes on the diaphragm, pulse, and chanting, which was just to get your voice heard by your ears. So that's 17 minutes, and then you talked for 3 or 4 minutes, and then we did this asana with the pranayama, and then we talked again. So just in that time, all of a sudden, you have created a connection. And when the heart feels a connection, instead of going, which is called a soggy, yes? It's what traditional Chinese medicine calls a soggy pulse. It literally means that your heart is giving up at the end because it feels the opposition. And what it should be doing is when it feels the opposition, it should be moving the opposition ever so slightly. That's the purpose of opposition. Opposition is not to become distraught with. Opposition is not to try to overwhelm it. Opposition is, I move you. 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 That's what opposition is. Opposition is essential to existence. And if we ever run into huge opposition, I move you. I move you. I move you. How many have ever been to Big Sur? How many have ever seen the rock at Morro Bay? This gigantic rock in the middle of the bay. Did you know that it's smaller than it used to be? 1 million years ago? 10 million years ago? Why is it smaller? Because the water's waves are sloshing against it. Does it appear that it's smaller in a moment? It looks like the rock has won. But ultimately, the water will still be sloshing in Morro Bay, and there won't be a rock. I move you. I move you. I move you. I move you. And what is the time sensation that we must have under that sequence? I have, louder, I have forever. And any time you meet opposition and I have forever, I move you. I move you is plenty. Because forever is going to continue to move you. And that is that heart pulse that is, And what is that? Hope or fatigue? Hope. And what comes to you more readily in hope? Good ideas or depression?
Good ideas.
And if you have something that you need to solve, do you want good ideas or depression to help you solve it?
Good ideas.
Because the way depression will help you solve it is that maybe you'll get a lot of people to feel sorry for you and give you a bunch of sympathy. And then what's going to happen? You might solve the immediate situation, correct? Correct? And what will happen? It's like antibiotics, isn't it? It's going to circle back around because what is it? Part of your lesson. And I don't mean that you can't accept the help of others. But you can't accept the help of others because they feel sorry for you. You have to accept the help of others because they feel just excited about you. I want to be a part of what you're up to. Can I help you in any way? Is there some way I can help you? It seems like what you're doing is so inspiring. I want to be a part of it. That's the kind of help that is help. Is that clear? So come sit. You can go back to your mats now. Hug your teammates.